What's up, guys? Welcome to me trying to pull this inaugural episode off over again. I got my good friend Jeremy Wilson in the house for Jeremy Wilson Arts. We're going to be talking about some great things this evening. Most importantly, Art Beg Drum. Art Beg Drum is I think it's a 5-year Art Beg product that they then turn around and reintroduce it into Jamaican rum barrels for another amount of time. It supposedly goes for some festival that they have in the Isla region, where they make Art Beg at. For those who don't know what Art Beg is an Isla Scotch, very smoky, very peaty. That's their go-to flavor profile. They want to pretty much explode you with peat and smoke right out the door through every tasting you can do. I personally love it. It can be very offensive to others. Some people have a love-hate relationship with Isla Scotches. They either absolutely hate the stuff. They think it tastes like medicine and tires and all those terrible things. Whereas I'm like, it's a barbecue in a glass. So, everybody, I want to introduce you to Jeremy Wilson of Jeremy Wilson Arts. Fantastic artist.
Thank you.
Artwork right here behind me are 2 pieces that I got from him that I absolutely love and adore. And I've got another one I'm going to show you guys later that is going to blow your fucking minds. But yes, the reason I chose this particular whiskey, in case anybody was wondering, a week before last, we tried to do a show and I got started with a Jamaican rum that was the exact opposite of this, aged in Isla Scotch barrels. Very smoky, very peaty. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of that. I may get back to that at another point in time. Hopefully, if I can pull up the video and actually figure out how to get it right, I might have some clips that'll give you some details on it. But either way, this evening, we're doing the Art Beg. But Jeremy, first of all, I want to thank you for the artwork.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. I definitely want to thank you for the education you gave me coming into this business doing the whiskey stuff. Because honestly, you and Steve and shit, y'all were the ones that really got me into knowing this the way that I know it. Yeah. And it just kept going cold also, excuse me. But y'all really got me into knowing this the way that I know it. And I'm totally appreciative of it. And yeah, so.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. We did have some good times, man. Yeah. I swear to God, we did. We did have some good times. Yeah, Jeremy worked with me at McCormick's Whiskey Grill. You were there for about 3 years while I was there, right? I know you left for a bit and came back.
I don't know how long exactly we worked together.
Yeah.
I spent 5 years working there, and then it's been 4 years
since you've been gone. Yeah. Sounds about right. But, yep, so.
Cool.
But either way, so Jeremy is the creator, owner of Jeremy Wilson Arts. He makes amazing artwork for personal buys, contracts. He's a global, international success with this stuff. Dude has stuff going all over the place. It's amazing, his artwork. If you like what you see here, definitely look him up on Instagram, Facebook, all those things to get a good sample of what he does. His uses of negative space and color saturations, I think, are some of the best I've seen in my observations of art, especially from a modern standpoint. Dude is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. So as far as your artwork goes, I know you were teaching and doing a lot of stuff before you got to the point where you are now. Being that it's a lifelong thing, what would you say really catapulted you into getting your artwork out there the way you want to, so you can actually live off of it?
Self-promotion was probably one of the biggest things. And I hear from artists, peers of mine sometimes too, like, wow, that was a really cool job. How'd you get that gig? It's like, I found the art, I found out who gave out the jobs and I sent my stuff to them. And when they wanted to work with me, they reached out.
Nice.
So I've done some crazy stuff like for Atari, G.I. Joe, I did no one will ever see it because this is the way TV works, but I did a concept poster for the 3rd season of Snowfall on FX.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Snowfall I know a lot of people like Snowfall.
Yeah.
My friends. I never really watched the episode, but like a couple episodes, but that's dope, yo. Yeah. That's dope. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Get your work out there. If you're an artist, you're doing anything, get your work out there. Attack the people. Don't wait for them to come to you. So, no, that's awesome, man, because it takes balls and gusto to just throw yourself out there. A lot of people get nervous. They think they'll get rejected. They'll get, but as you know, you just take the rejection in stride and keep going.
Yeah. An artist friend of mine, this is the philosophy that I sort of subscribe to, or at least the way I think about it. We're gamblers. Mm-hmm. Everything is a total risk. And everything we do is just, there's always just a risk to it.
Right.
And we're just trying to make it pay off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes the less calculated risk gives you most benefit. So just jump out the window and see what happens. You know? So that is dope, yo. No, definitely. So now what you, I know you were working on some stuff with Marvel recently. And I saw the Green Goblin joint that you had put up here recently on Facebook. Is there something that's in the works with them, or do you have, or are you at liberty to speak on that?
Oh yeah. So I've worked with DC, Dark Horse, Boom, like all the big ones. I have not actually done a cover for Marvel.
Okay.
I've worked with some of their properties through licensing through other companies.
Okay.
Like the Black Widow thing that I
the
2 Black Widow things I did. They're just a little bit tricky, to be honest. They've got talent coordinators that are sort of like the first step. Mm-hmm. And then once you make it past the talent coordinators, they will pass you on to the editors who actually hire for the projects. But you have to do test covers. Mm. And so I started a test cover for them back in like 2017, and I didn't finish it until like last year because it's spec work, it's speculative work, it's unpaid. Right. And at the time I was doing paid work, major book covers that are on, shelves in Barnes and Noble and all that stuff. Exactly. So it was like, just when you pursue it. And so now I'm pursuing it more where I'm trying to do more mainstream characters, specifically Marvel or, because I've done Witcher, I've done, Stranger Things and some stuff for like Sandman and just all over the place. So I'm trying to hit that more mainstream character right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I did a Batman piece and that got me a Poison Ivy cover with DC. Yeah. And then, the Green Goblin is, the second I finished it and got it, photographed and everything, I sent it straight to that talent coordinator I'm talking to. So, yeah.
You heard back from him?
There's a few of them I'm in contact with. So, and the thing is you don't always hear back from them, but it could be that they're, like you're on somebody's radar for something. Right. It's just one day someone will pop up and be like, "Hey, we got a cover for you if you're available." Mm-hmm.
They remember your style and it's like, "Yo, this would be perfect."
Yeah. Yeah. So like Dark Horse, I didn't do anything I think this year, I'm not sure I did anything with Dark Horse, and then they just popped up and they want me to do 4 covers for a miniseries. So it's just one of those things. It's, it's ebbs and flows and you never know.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. That is dope, dude. Yeah. So I'm happy for you, man. Cause, shit, that's a long way from us playing around in the bar, getting people drunk for $60 an hour, Definitely. But because that's inspirational to me also because, doing this and wanting to get further into the craft of this whiskey business. So I got some ideas and things in mind that I want to move forward with. And it's just like seeing that my friends and people that I know specifically that have taken that extra step to just put themselves out there and it's successful. Even through the trials and tribulations, you have to get through. But you see the peaks of success and those peaks start turning into a whole window. So that's dope. That's very encouraging.
Seeing bars raised is one of the things I talk about a lot with other artists. Is just any sort of bar that gets raised in the artist world. I'm like, well, that's what
you're going for.
You realize it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what you're talking about there. that's exactly, doesn't matter what industry, it's all correlated.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. When the bar gets raised, attack that bar or either set the next bar yourself. If you're in a position to. My girlfriend, she's a theater teacher and is heavily into plays, directing and stuff like that. And she told her a lot of times, like, maybe it's time for you to just go ahead and take that step,
Yeah.
Put your foot out there, see what happens. And we may be working on that soon, hopefully. But from an artist standpoint, knowing as many artists as I know is very encouraging because a lot of times people dealing with art, I know they get into depressions because things didn't go their want way and this and that. Even our most famous people are known for being depressed and fucked up along the way because things didn't go the way they want or other internal issues. But the strength to keep pushing forward is dope. But for me to you personally, I think the artwork you do is so good that there's no way in hell it couldn't have been noticed at a certain point in time because you do great work. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, thanks. There definitely has to be the practice behind it, the skill behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
In case you guys are wondering, that's my dog running around in the background, being nosy. She wants to be in the program too.
Yeah.
So but
she's camera beautiful.
So we're going to get into tasting this Ardbeg drum here, and so Ardbeg being the smoky peatiness. Another reason this is special to me, Jeremy introduced me to Isle of Scotches. with Ardbeg Ugadale, I believe, or Coreyvec, and it was one of the two.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I tasted it and looked at him, was like, what the hell is this? Oh my God, this tastes so good. What is this? But wait a minute, it's burning. Because I think, it had to be Ugadale, because I know it's at 107, 109 proof, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But not as high a proof, but definitely as deep as a flavor profile. To me personally, the Jamaican rum aspects of the barrel that they use don't stand out because Ardbeg is so powerful, but it does add a good sweetness to it that I think blends very well.
Well, it's all my willpower not to take a sip, so.
Definitely. But straight off the back, you get Ardbeg's medicinal smoke quality, the heavy peat. And to me, it's kind of layered with like a brown sugar or a chocolatiness that blends well and keeps the oiliness, kind of saturates your tongue a little bit because it is so oily.
Mm-hmm.
But the smoke hits right here in the back of your throat and it just does not go away. It's just there, which I personally enjoy about all Ardbegs. I had a few that's not as much, but those are some of your older moist, like the 19 and the 20-something or whatever. But for the younger variations, you want to get that smoke no matter what. It just kind of hangs around in the back. This one in particular, the smoke now, like I said, is sweet because it has that brown sugar quality to it. Maybe somewhat of like a honeycomb thing going on, or weirdly enough, like a ice cream cone. I'm kind of getting like little cheap ass ice cream cones you can get out of Walmart. But no.
Well, they're saying ripe banana here. That's what I keep looking at. Because, I mean, that's...
Yes, really definitely ripe banana, yeah.
I don't know what brilly means. It does have a picture of a fish, so I assume...
Yeah, they're thinking of some sort of brininess. Yeah. I do get a brininess. I wouldn't call it fishy, though. But, yeah, definitely a burnt banana on the nose, especially. The nose was almost completely burnt plantain and kind of rubbery. But what you think?
I think it's great. I'm reading the tasting notes here. It always amazes me sometimes. Sometimes the tropical fruits in things in whiskeys like this, where you don't necessarily expect them, they can just really slip by. Like it's saying pineapple and, licorice and all this sort of thing. Yeah, it's great, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder, a lot of people don't talk about the consistency of, whiskey. I mean, at certain levels, obviously, but this is super oily, like you said.
Very oily.
And it's great. I prefer whiskey like that sticks around.
Yeah,
I wonder if it has something to do with, because I feel like rum kind of does that.
Right, yeah.
And I wonder if it has something to do with the sugars in the barrel.
Very well could be the esters that are stuck into the wood during the aging process, because if they use Jamaican rum, that's a high ester content. So the wood has a lot more chemical to absorb into it anyway. And then, of course, we know that when the wood stays hotter longer, it's just going to absorb so much more as the wood in the tropics.
Okay.
Then, getting back, if they took that same tropic barrel, take it to Isla region where it's way colder more times, it's just going to push it all back out into it when it contracts.
Yeah.
So I can see that definitely being, but no, this, the licorice I don't get. I remember reading that note before and I was just like, I've never caught licorice off of this.
It's on the back end for me. That second sip I just took, I was like pineapple all the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Let me go for my second.
I don't know if, there's something psychosomatic there where I said it out loud and then, that's all I can taste.
It's definitely more fruity. I'm getting more of a mango and still getting that banana. Pineapple. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. On the swallow, the complete swallow, I do get a little bit of the pineapple now.
It's also saying lavender, which I would imagine is sort of like that. I can taste it. It's got that herbal quality to it.
It does have like a grassy herbal quality to it, which I associate with heavy peat anyway, usually.
Yeah.
But one thing that I'm getting on the second note is like a pine sol, a pine resin, something along those lines. But no, Ardbeg, once again, fantastic. This is one that was a one-off committee release, I believe. So unfortunately, it won't be back around again. But I do have other Ardbegs we will visit in the future. But yeah, no, they
how many do they do a year? Is it maybe one or two committees? But there's also like
I think they've upped it now, honestly, because the past year I've got two committee releases from last year actually. I've got the barbecue, and the Ardcore right here. Those were the two that came out. Yeah, both of those came out in 2023, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, whiskey. I feel like whiskey.
I think there's another one that vapors. So that was 3 this year. But what they do now that Ardbeg, I think they kind of did, I think they did it the whole time. They do a committee release, which is the higher proof version, and then the regular release, which is
Gotcha.
to the people, to anybody. But what I noticed is that the committee release usually isn't a huge proof difference. We're talking the regular release maybe 94%. 94 proof. The committee release would be like 103.
Mm.
So
it's strictly proof. That's the difference.
That's what it seems to me. With the heavy vapors and the vapors that came out this year, we got a bottle of each at the bar. And I had a chance to get a bottle of heavy vapors, and picked them up for Matt. And he was like, "You want one?" And I was like, "I'm gonna taste yours first." And I was like, "No, you keep them both for the bar." I know I'm good. But it's not bad, but it wasn't worth what I was looking for.
Well, it's subjective. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Very, very
it doesn't mean it's a bad whiskey. You didn't like it enough.
I didn't like it enough to justify getting it. Not to say that you and the world out there come drinking me watching this won't. But if you do like Isle of Scotches, if you do come across a bottle of Ardbeg Drum, my personal recommendation is to pick it up. If you like good dark rums and you like dark Scotch and you like peaty Scotches, this is the perfect blend of it. Perfect blend. But one more thing I like to say though, guys. I said it last week and I want to put it back out there again. These photos right here, I paid Jeremy for them. Pay your friends for their stuff. I might say this all the time. The reason I say it is because you get a lot of people that's just like, "Oh man, you my boy, da 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 da." Pay your people for your stuff. Get over it. But either way, Jeremy, I really appreciate you coming by to get this done correctly this time. Also, right quick, I just want to brag. Jeremy gave me the most awesome Christmas gift. I want to make a close-up photo of it so you can see it perfectly.
There.
But this is...
I'll try and get it out of the way.
Perfect. That is Allen Iverson, of course, one of my favorite basketball players, if not my favorite. Virginia hometown, Bethel High School star, Georgetown star, 76ers, Denver Nuggets. He is the best fucking point guard in basketball history, if you ask me, or one of, definitely. This is going to be on the wall soon, somewhere. But other artists, I love artists. Come on by. You ain't got to give me nothing. Just come on by and talk about it.
That was to build out the, the stuff on the wall.
Yeah,
and it didn't hurt. It was Christmas, and you're feeding me whiskey and rum.
Yes, and I will continue to feed you whiskey and rum as long as I know you. But yeah, man, thank you very much for coming to join me today, bro. And I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. And like I said, look up Jeremy Wilson Arts on Instagram, Facebook. Just Google it, Jeremy Wilson Arts. Here's a website, www.jeremywilsonarts.com, right?
Just art.
Yeah, Jeremy's Arts. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, just go ahead.
It'll come up.
And buy some artwork. You will be very happy. He gets great work. The shit is amazing. And thank you all for tuning in, listening today. And come drink with me. Peace.